It's a terrible thing. Here's the book on accomplishments.
Okay. Can we see it?
Ooh, I'm glad my finger wasn't in that sucker. They could have done some damage, but you know what? I wouldn't have shown the pain.
Oh, what a freaking bass, Chad. Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show, where we break down the news and we try to have a good time and we laugh all the way. Donald Trump is taking on Greenland, and he says, F around and find out, Greenland. And he says, watch and wait and see as Greenlanders make fun of Americans. Our culture is not your costume. Okay. Donald Trump shows us a news book he just read, and he just scanned off a PDF document. Gavin Newsom apparently is wearing knee pads to Davos. I'm sorry, what did you say? I can't believe he said this on camera. We're going to get into that. Macron shows up to the World Economic Forum looking like a young Joe Biden. Or hocked up on as much cocaine as you possibly can take before your heart freaking failing on camera. What are you doing wearing sunglasses? Did you get beat by your husband twice? What do you say to President Macron? I can't. God. Donald Trump talks about Don Lemon and everything that's going on in the news, and this lady is going viral right now. This is the Wales of England's health minister. Some jokes write themselves. That's the Wales health minister. Wales. JD Vance announces he's having another son. Why are you copying me? What are you doing? And my first thought is, oh great, another anchor baby. Is he going to be on an H-1B program too? Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Don Lemon's in hot heat for storming a church with a bunch of quote-unquote protesters, and he's looking at serious prison time or jail time, but he might actually like it. Diddy calls first, though. You know what I'm saying. And there has been some allegations going around on social media saying, Derek, I saw you getting arrested again. Look, I cannot emphasize this enough, okay? What goes on at Chuck E. Cheese stays at Chuck E. Cheese. And yes, I may have been frauding Chuck E. Cheese and stealing tickets from children, but these kids are bad kids and they deserve it. Welcome to the show. We have so much to talk about, from storming the church to breaking down everything that happened at Davos. It's going to be a fun show. Strap in, drop a like, and say hello to a friend in the chat. This is a very community-focused show. Welcome to the show.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go let the world
trust the government.
She sent in a little video for us. Oh. Here she is.
Hey, in spite of everything you've heard, and let me just make sure you all know that it's actually me. Say, it's me.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke?
suck on this, Biden.
Would we the all of our folks stepping on them because of that's black.
I wear heels. They're not for a fashion statement. They're for ammunition.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
Begging for our enemies to penetrate.
Trump.
Welcome to the freaking show. Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Hope everyone had a freaking fantastic day. How are we feeling? Rob in the chat. I'm seeing so many of you guys. What's up? Hello. How are we feeling on this lovely freaking Tuesday? I'm happy to be alive. We're going to break down the news, and we're going to break down so many, but let's take our favorite sip of the night. My favorite sip of the night. I hope it's also your favorite sip of the freaking night. We're going to take a sip of decaf coffee. The only thing that brings joy to my heart late at night. Few things do as much as hanging out with you guys. Let's take a sip together. Oh, hope you're having a freaking fantastic day. What's up to everyone in the chat? Rob, thank you so much for being here. Jess, Kristen, as always, Curious, Georgia, how are we feeling? Jess, how are we feeling? I hope you guys are having a great day. I took my creatine today, says Rob. That's wonderful to hear. Look, I'm not fighting these allegations, okay? There is this report going around that Chuck E. Cheese mascot has been arrested, and yes, it was me. But I will be fighting this in court, okay? And that is my son following me outside the Chuck E. Cheese. We're still trying to find the father, but I'm taking him on. It's my beautiful son in his Carhartt onesie, and this beautiful lesbian old lady cop took me out, and she was very gentle with me. And I said that it's okay for a search from you with your soft hands. And she was soft with me. She was literally soft with me. Hot cocoa because it's cold? Dude, I don't know if you're on the East Coast. East Coast is about to get shellacked full of freaking Derek is a furry. Allegedly. I'm allegedly a furry. Okay, I'm the OG furry. So it's I get a pass. Being an OG furry from the first being an action, what do you call them? A character. I'm a character. I'm not a furry. It's different. You guys on the East Coast are about to get shellacked with so much snow. It's unbelievable. I hope you guys are going to be okay. I hope you are prepared for everything that's going down. Her cop hair is a Subaru Outback. I know she actually arrested me and put me in the back of a Subaru Forester. And she said, yes, I am a lesbian and I do drive a Forester. The jokes already write themselves. And I said, that's fine. We're here. Derek, if Chuck E. Cheese's only hires illegal immigrants, then let us see your paper. You're not going to see my papers. Okay. My guy does good work. It's terrible here in Ohio. That sucks to hear. I just got something in my throat. I don't know what just happened. Furry confirmed. Okay, I'm not a furry, okay? I'm not a furry, okay? I'm a character. I really want you guys to believe that. Could you imagine meeting somebody like for the first time in your life? You're meeting them at a business meeting. You're like, oh yeah, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a Chuck E. Cheese mascot. Okay, yeah, no, seriously. And I love my job. Okay. God, get off my freaking back about it. Yeah, it was a Forester. How you guys feeling about us purchasing Greenland? Apparently we're going to purchase it for like $700 billion, and we're also going to give every single Greenlander $100,000. Now, I have been trying to figure out how I can become a Greenlander in nickety split time so I too can get $100,000, because that would be so nice on my down payment on my first home. It's something I've been dreaming about, so pray that you too can also become rich like all the Greenlanders. Can you imagine like even being against this? If I was a Greenlander and I had an opportunity to make $100,000 by just switching to another country, in a country that probably has better tax benefits and all that kind of stuff, I think I would do that. But Donald Trump today in a press conference was asked about how far he's going to go when it comes to Greenland. What is his procedure? What is it going to look like? And he snaps back with this.
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland?
You'll find out.
I'm gonna come.
You'll find out. You'll find out. Oh my God, are we about to see another foreign leader get captured? I want one foreign leader every single week for the rest of the year. I want to collect them like Pokemon, okay? And then we can make cards out of them. We can collect them together. We can steal their resources, take whatever minerals and oil they have there, and it'll be good for everybody. Everybody will be happy about it. Taking Greenland is good. I'm excited about it. I'm ready for it. Denmark is basically a socialist country and their taxes are insane. I know they are. And that's why I'm saying, like, can you imagine getting American taxes in Greenland? You guys will be doing so great, right? You guys will love that. I don't know. I listened to the whole thing at work. It was so long. It was long. Donald Trump did this press conference today because I think the administration is starting to feel like PR hasn't been on their side lately with all the ICE stuff. So Donald Trump, I think, decided I'm going to jump in the press conference and I'm going to be answering all these questions because Daddy is here and Daddy is ready to steer the ship. Stroop waffles suck? That's rude. That is rude. This is really offensive to me. Greenlanders have been taking on TikTok and making fun of Americans as they're about to be purchased by America. Okay, our culture is not your costume. Okay, you should be so lucky to be a fentanyl zombie on the side of the road. It's a rite of passage for all of us Americans to be around and seeing zombies on the street, okay? This is what makes our cities great. I know when I walk downtown and take my kids, I get to point out and we get to say hello to all the zombies that are bent over. And I want you guys to shut up. Check out this video. Absolutely disgusting to see coming from Greenlanders. I no longer want to give them $100,000. I think we need to go in there with some Delta Force guys and just shoot them all after this video. That is not funny. All right. They have sarcasm. They can come on board. They do that in Japan too. The fent bends. Dude, shout out to fent bends. You know, some of us, I don't know if you guys remember being in like elementary school and having to pass the physical exams for middle school that were federal mandated, and you had to touch your toes. And many of us, as we go older in life, we can no longer touch our toes, but you can with a little bit of fentanyl. Okay, your dreams of being able to touch your toes again in your late 30s, early 40s, 50s, 60s can happen with just a little bit of fentanyl mixed with a little bit of crack. It'll really loosen up your body. Some people do hot yoga, some people do saunas, some people do ice baths. I choose to use fentanyl to get my stretches in. These freaking jerks, dude. I'll friggin' dare you, dude. I'll friggin' find you guys, dude. It's not funny. It's cold where you are. That's so freaking rude. Sad that's what they think America looks like. Honestly, it is very sad, but it is honestly true. And that's just really depressing to think about. I've never seen that where I live. Hey, that's a freaking flex. It's honestly just a handful of cities, maybe 3 are bet. Yeah, I know. What is it, like Denver, Chicago, Portland, New York, LA, San Francisco, Phoenix. Oh, do I need to keep going? I just feel like the more I keep thinking, the more cities of people bent over come to mind. It's not a good look for us. It's just not. It's not a good look. Rob Max says, I live in San Francisco for about 18 years, stepping over homeless on the sidewalk. They are dead and they are alive. Don't know. Honestly, that is literally one of the most depressing things ever, is when you go downtown and you see somebody like that and your first thought is, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I feel bad, but I can't help you. I got no resources, and the resources available to you aren't probably going to be helpful. It's just a bad combo. Philly also. Yeah, Philly's one of them too. Yeah, I remember when the fat kids were getting so upset over doing sit-ups. Hey, I was one of them. Look, I was a thick middle school boy, okay? I played football. I played nose guard in middle school on the football team. I was a big boy. When those sit-ups came around, I might have farted in 6th grade, and it might have been the most embarrassing day of my life. Just a little thing I'm gonna share with one of you guys. Don't tell anyone though. That's between us and the entire internet. Philly is one of them as well. Philly is freaking one of them as well. All right. The leaders have been taking on to Davos this week, you know, jumping in their private jets to fly to an unknown location that's totally known to the whole world, to meet up as rich leaders to talk about how to ruin and rule over you. And I love the fact when they talk about green policy and stuff like this as they take their private jets. That's always the joke. And it's been said a million times, but it's never untrue, which is hilarious. Gavin Newsom had some kind words about Donald Trump when it came to this meeting. He was asked about his thoughts on Donald Trump and this Davos meeting, and he said that he needed to bring in his knee pads, and I don't know what that means.
Newsom, do you have a message for Europeans who are concerned about the messages from the White House around Greenland this week?
Yeah, it's time to buck up. It's time to get serious and stop being complicit. It's time to stand tall and firm, have a backbone. I've seen this in the United States, the supine Congress playing both sides.
You sound sick. Did you take the vaccine? You sound really sick, or is that your just sexy, raspy voice?
Say one thing on a text or a tweet, and another publicly.
Should you respond with
principles. It's time to stand tall and strong.
Does that mean
it's time to stand strong?
No Greenland. What's up, Willie? I hope you're doing well, my friend. No Greenland.
It's time to stand united. You make that determination. I don't make that determination.
But when you say standing tall, what do you mean?
I can't take this complicity. People rolling over. I should have brought a bunch of knee pads for all the world leaders. I mean...
This is an American governor going to run for president in the next election, taking the side of other world's leaders over our own nation wanting to purchase Greenland for security reasons, also because they have probably amazing minerals and stuff that we can export from them. And he's like, they need to fight. They need to fight America. God, this guy is so slimy and disgusting. And it's always with leftists, too. They always make some kind of sexual joke, It's never just like any kind of other joke. Everything turns so sexual with leftists. They just love everything. They just think about sex jokes all day long. They're like 12-year-old boys. God.
Rolling over. I should have brought a bunch of knee pads for all the world leaders.
God, gross, dude. There he goes, looking like he's crying again, 100%. What, dude? You want the world leaders to bring a bunch of knee pads? Why? Tell me why. I don't get that joke. Okay, I'm not sick like you.
People rolling over. I should have brought a bunch of knee pads for all the world leaders. I mean, handing out crowns and this is pathetic. Nobel Prizes, they are being given away. I mean, it's just pathetic. And I hope people understand how pathetic they look.
He looks like my uncle. God, do you have any trauma you need to talk about in the chat? This guy looks like your uncle. Oh, that's so sad. Dude, if this was your uncle, man, oh my God. You want to go get a burger with me? Make sure to bring your knee pads.
Look, on the world stage. I mean, at least from an American perspective, it's embarrassing.
So what should Europe be doing?
Europe should go to war with America.
The Europeans should decide for themselves what to do. But one thing they can't do is what they've been doing. And they've been playing. This guy's playing folks for fools. And it's embarrassing.
He's mad because Donald Trump is taking over and is making world leaders submit. Imagine that. Imagine being mad that your president has so much aura or that has so much control over negotiations or has so much power that you're mad that other countries are submitting to our will. If this doesn't like describe a modern leftist, I don't know what does. They root for the demise and the destruction of America. They hate America so much. They're like pissed off that Donald Trump is getting Nobel Peace Prizes. If you talk to any leftist in today's world, they'll lose their mind about Donald Trump and the Peace Prize thing. They talk about it all the time. Like it's the number one story to talk about. I can't believe Donald Trump wouldn't even ask for the Nobel Peace Prize. Blah, 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 blah. He literally was trying to steal the Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize. Nobody cares. God. Nobody cares. My uncle lives in California and he looks like that. That's sad. Are you okay? Are you okay, Jess? Blink twice. Blink twice if you need help. Blink 3 times.
Europeans think this is diplomacy and this will ultimately
work. This is
work.
Diplomacy with Donald Trump? He's a T-Rex.
Donald Trump is a T-Rex? Wait, what? Donald Trump is a freaking T-Rex?
See with Donald Trump? He's a T-Rex.
What? Donald Trump is a T-Rex. Donald Trump is a dinosaur. Donald Trump was in Jurassic Park. Donald Trump came from a little mosquito that had some DNA that they hatched out dinosaurs. Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a T-Rex. What? He's a freaking T-Rex, dude. Donald Trump is a T-Rex. I was looking for the Jurassic Park theme song. Donald Trump
Donald Trump stars in Jurassic Park as the T-Rex.
I would literally see that movie. Okay. See, this is why AI is great, in my opinion, because we can literally do that. We can just take out all the dinosaurs out of the original Jurassic Park, and we could put Donald Trump as the T-Rex. I want to see Donald Trump eating the lawyer on the toilet, like on the original Jurassic Park. I want to see that. I want to see that. Just a bunch of rodeo clowns, 100%. Your family's not on Gavin's side, but they look like him. Now, that would be hilarious. You should do some videos. Nature will find a way. Yeah. I want him to see like that, do a little, you know, he puts a little water on his hand. He's like, now, let me show you a chaos theory. Which way is this water going to go off my hand? Donald Trump is T-Rex.
This is diplomacy, and this will ultimately
this is
work.
Diplomacy with Donald Trump? He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you. One or the other.
And you're being
Donald Trump is a T-Rex. Either you mate with him or what?
T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you.
What the frick, dude? Donald Trump is a T-Rex. Either you mate with him or he'll destroy you. Ew. He goes from talking about knee pads to mating with Donald Trump. No thanks.
I'm gonna come.
Not today. Not to freaking today, dude. What? I feel like I need to hear that again.
He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you. One or the other.
And you're being
people need to stand, but no, the Europeans could be if they continue down this path and process.
You're going to have to mate with him, Europeans.
You need to stand tall, stand firm, stand united.
Whatever happened to no fast movements? Yeah, exactly, dude. And stay downwind. Yeah, you're not supposed to move around T-Rexes. So maybe that is the thing. If you're a liberal and you're scared of Donald Trump, just stop moving. And don't put the flashlight in the eyes. I've seen the movie. I know what to do. You just stop moving. You stay completely as still as you possibly can be. You don't move, and Donald Trump cannot see you. So if everyone just stops moving around Donald Trump, maybe Donald Trump will start to think that he is the only one alive in America. Because if you move, as Gavin Newsom says, if you move around Donald Trump, he will try to mate with you, or he'll eat you. Because everyone knows, if anyone knows anything about T-Rexes, they're always trying to mate with you. I don't know if you've seen Jurassic Park, but they don't actually kill those dinosaurs. They just sleep with those dinosaurs. And if Davos couldn't get any more weird in everybody's eyes, President Macron comes to the World Economic Forum wearing sunglasses. You're not Tim Dillon. Okay, take the sunglasses off. We don't need to see you wearing sunglasses because you're trying to hide your eyes. Are you all coked up? Are you high? Did you take an edible before you hit the stage because you wanted a little beta blocker? Is that what's going on? What are we doing here? These liberals are like cosplaying tough guy. And it's absolutely hysterical to me. You think Donald Trump they think Donald Trump is a joke because of how tough he is. You're a joke. This is ridiculous to show up in aviator sunglasses to give a speech. Here's President Macron, again, married to his teacher. That was like 30-year difference that maybe or may not have sexually assaulted him as a kid growing up. And he has childhood trauma due to his teachers, but now he married her and it's totally fine. Nothing to look into. She may not be a man. It's not a big thing. Don't look into that. He is totally sane and you should listen to him. Take it away. Young Joe Biden.
China is welcome, but what we need is more Chinese foreign direct investment in Europe in some key sectors to contribute to our growth, to transfer some technologies, and not just to export towards Europe some devices or products which sometimes don't have the same standards or are much more subsidized as the one being produced in Europe. China is welcome, but what we need is more Chinese foreign direct investment in Europe in some key sectors to contribute.
Oh my God. That's literally Tom Cruise. Is that Tom Cruise? To the danger zone. Oh my God, dude. It's freaking Tom Cruise, dude. Hello? Oh, I deleted it. God. I had a picture up. Where'd it go? Dang it, dude. I had a freaking... this show is live. This show is freaking live, dude. I had a freaking picture up. It was a perfect picture. Dadgummit. I'm sorry. Let's go back to what he was actually saying. I can't help but think about Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible.
China is welcome, but what we need is more Chinese foreign direct investment in Europe in some key sectors to contribute to our growth, to transfer some technologies, and not just to export towards Europe some devices or products which sometimes don't have the same standards or are much more subsidized as the one being produced in Europe.
So President Macron, after being slapped with tariffs due to not allowing us to take on Greenland, they're freaking out, and now they're asking for China's foreign investment. Are all these European nations just little drug addicts just looking for that next bump, that next hit? Please, China, we'll be cool. We love your Chinese regime, and we'll never question anything you guys do. We love your cheap products and your slave labor. We will buy your products. Don't worry about the tariffs. We'll never tariff you guys. You guys can overrun and ruin our entire civilization as long as you give us cash and the elite stay in power. We like that sort of thing. We're freaking living in the danger zone. We are looking for Chinese investment. Yes. Come on, dude. Dude, freaking, they're just begging for Chinese investment now. And like, no one is calling them out on this. Absolutely insane. I don't know, like, honestly, do you think he just came back from like a cocaine bender? I mean, what is the deal with these glasses? Do you think Bridget Macron smacked him a couple of times? You think Bridget Macron? What do you tell? That's the joke. What do you tell a Macron with two black eyes? Nothing. You told him. You already said it twice. God, I just can't even say it right. I can't even say. I can't speak English. It's not coming out. Thomas Krustine, dude. Thomas Krustine. Derek, I don't do cocaine. I just like the way it smells. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I wish while he was giving the speech, he was just like, And people are like, what's going on with Macron and his nose? I think he's sick. Probably the COVID vaccine or something. People aren't very smart now. Yo, give me that bump. Transfer of tech, so open the door and let China steal everything, says Jacobed. 100%. All these people want is more money. And they're mad about us taking on Greenland. Dude, we'll give you $700 billion. I don't know when or how we're going to do it, but we will. Donald Trump was questioned about President Macron and Newsom and people like that have been sparking up this news due to Macron looking like an absolute idiot. And President, Freudian slip, Governor Newsom, oh no, don't speak it into existence. Governor Newsom's language about knee pads, somebody asked him a question about how tough these guys really are.
Yeah, right behind.
Thank you, Mr. President. How would you characterize your relationship with Emmanuel Macron and Keir Starmer right now? And have you spoken to them since your Truth Social post last
No, I
night?
haven't, but I think I get along very well with them. I mean, they always treat me well. They get a little bit rough when they're, when I'm not around. But when I'm around,
yes, please.
They treat me very nicely.
Ooh.
Mr. President. And, I like both of them. They're both liberal. They've got to straighten out their countries. You can't, London is having a lot of problems. And if you look at Paris, got a lot of problems. They have two problems, immigration and energy.
And the energy will be solved with a Chinese investment due to President Macron getting ready to put knee pads on, like Gavin Newsom said, and have a conversation with President Xi. Really great stuff coming out of Europe. Is anybody investing in the stock market right now? Probably not a good time. Everyone's talking about a pullback, and it dipped pretty well today. Some people are calling it an opportunity to buy. But you be the judge of that. Absolutely insane stuff coming out of Davos. Donald Trump is apparently going there to speak. We'll see what actually happens with Donald Trump and his language and what will actually come from it. I think a deal is going to be done, and then the stock market's going to rip. That's what I assume is going to actually happen. But is this what it takes? It's like you got to put on some freaking aviator glasses to speak tough in front of Donald Trump.
I put the aviator glasses on and I was ready to fight Donald Trump with the baguettes and the cigarettes. We are ready to fight anyone we want.
Take the glasses off, you freaking dork. If this guy wasn't a left-winger, the media would go nuts about this. But because he is a left-winger, they're all like, he looks so based. He looks like an alpha Chad. Eat your heart out, Joe Rogan. The left is the alpha males now. Look at him wearing his glasses. Gold and silver is the only way. I'm heavily invested in silver, and I've been heavily invested in silver since 2 years ago because of the Fox News commercials. Because of that one Asian guy. He talked me into it. Poor dad, rich dad guy. He's like, you guys really need to get into silver. And I always thought he's a little crackpot, but we'll see what actually happens. And I just dropped a bunch of silver in, and it's been nice. Nice little run. Dip the buy. This is Rob Mac. Yeah, dip the buy. Dip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. Big French Riz. Is that what he's doing? He's rizzing up all the Davos ladies. Does this work for liberals? That works for liberal women.
You want to see some Riz, huh? I'm ready to get a World Economic Forum leader woman and tell her that I love the global warmings and I love to do green energies, and I like China due to their based foreign policies and their space program. It's a sick.
I don't know what freaking accent that is. I don't know what freaking accent that is. Okay, we have to talk about this. Over the weekend, Don Lemon and a bunch of terrorists decided to take on a church in Minneapolis. Absolutely insane scenes came out of nowhere on Sunday morning during a church service. Protesters took over. This is not a protest. These are little commie little shits going around taking over churches and making everyone in the church a living hell. And they decided to take over a church with Don Lemon going with them to do it, because there was reports that the pastor of the church was supposedly the director of ICE in the area because he had the same name. They didn't even know. He just had the same name apparently, and therefore he has to be, as if no one has the same name as you in America. Oh, the odds are heavily in your favor. But some of the scenes that came from the church, let me know what your thoughts are on ICE and the protesters and the commie little shits taking over the church with Don Lemon. Should Don Lemon go to jail?
David Easterwood is a pastor here. He is also the director of the field office for ICE.
Take that microphone out of your mouth. It's not a toy.
And St. Paul. So someone who claims to worship God, teaching people in this church about God, is out there overseeing ICE agents. Think about what we've experienced. The murder of Renee Good at the hands of ICE.
This is absolutely illegal, by the way.
A Venezuelan national.
I feel sorry for the kids in there. Same with me.
Shot by ICE. A 6-month-old baby who almost died as a
I love that this woman is apparently the one that like led the charge of all these idiots going into this church. And she's like making a video. You know, no one can hear what you're saying in this microphone. You're just doing this for clicks. You're just a stupid grifter. Like, go over to another church. I love also that they picked this church because apparently it's the same name, but come to my church. There's a lot of men walking around waiting for an excuse at my church. We have a lot of concealed carrying guys at my church waiting for something like this.
Result of ICE unleashing military-grade weapons on our community. How dare you claim to be a pastor of God and you are involved in evil?
How dare you claim? I love when these like leftists that aren't actually Christian, that don't believe in God, and then they get to lecture you on your own religion and how you and what you believe as if they read the Bible. They just have this idea that Jesus was like a really great guy and he was all just about loving everyone and giving everyone like hugs and kisses. They like take out the whole part of the Bible where Jesus goes in front of the synagogue where they're selling stuff and starts whipping people and stuff. Like they don't know that one. They don't know the whole context of the story. They just think that Jesus is all about loving your neighbor and that's it.
In our community.
Pam Bondi needs to stop threatening to do something. She's looking into it, Jess. The files are on her desk.
Do you think Jesus would be understanding?
We're about worship
these folks.
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them? No.
I'm not 100% pro-ICE, but I'm 100% against this woman. You should be. The flipping of the tables for the money lenders. Yeah, exactly.
Gathered for worship.
Bondi is threatening the use of the Klan Act. Yeah, we'll see.
Which we do every Sunday.
Here's what I do know. The AG of Minnesota is not going to go after these people, so they have to go about a roundabout action to actually get some of these people in jail.
And we were interrupted by this group of protesters.
So Don Lemon was out in full force and including a psychopath. Here's Don Lemon interviewing the pastor in the midst of the chaos. I love that this guy thinks he's doing journalism as if he's not an activist, as if he's not part of it. He's just like, I'm just showing up. I just happen to be here at the right time, at the right place, and I'm in your face, putting a mic in front of your face and letting you know your thoughts. And not only that, I'm going to lecture you on what it means to be a Christian.
What do you think of it?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live there's a Constitution and the First Amendment too.
Listen, let me lecture you. There's a Constitution and a First Amendment. It's like, can you imagine a bunch of like right wing? Can you imagine the Bungalow Boys or a bunch of Proud Boys going to a mosque and taking over and start yelling at people and getting in their face and putting microphones in front of their face and taking over their entire church service? Can you imagine those guys wouldn't see the light of day for years on end? Okay. This is why there's a difference between Republicans and Democrats. Democrats don't play around when it comes to that kind of stuff, but Republicans are like, we're looking into it. We're doing everything we can. We're looking into it. The Epstein files are on my desk. We're still redacting and we're still releasing stuff as we speak. That's a handsome preacher? Yeah.
Freedom of speech and freedom to...
First Amendment protects religious worship, 100%. But Don Lemon has no idea what that is. But Don Lemon wants to go to prison. It's always been his, he's like, can I transfer over to Diddy? I heard about the oil.
Freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest. Yeah.
I'm starting to think Don Lemon might be a homosexual. No way. No way. Don Lemon is a base Chad.
Freedom to assemble.
He's just he's just, what? I don't know what the kids talk about these days.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
I'm going to be really respectful. I'm going to be really respectful by taking over your entire church service, taking over your job, getting in your face, putting a microphone in front of your face. And then if you tell me to put, like, if you give me any kind of pushback or say, hey, give me space or anything like that, I need you to back up, sir. Don Lemon, do you know where you are right now, dude? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing is illegal? Because me thinks that you don't. Or me thinks that you do know. Here's what I believe. Because I think these people are evil and horrible human beings. I think you do know it's illegal, but I think you think that you won't get in trouble because you're a journalist. That's what all these leftists are. They're all journalists. I'm a journalist. I'm media. If you talk to anybody in Antifa, they're like either in media or they're doing like, they're like a nurse. They're like, I'm here for health reasons. I'm here to like provide health and safety in case people get hurt while at the same time, you know, demonstrating.
Don't push me though.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Don't push me, bro. Don't push me.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yes. Okay. That's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus would be super stoked about you guys. Yeah, Jesus would be super stoked about you guys. Aren't you guys the same people that want to transition kids? Yeah, God would be like super stoked about you guys coming in and taking over a church service. God would be pumped about you guys. God loves that you guys are taking up arms and shooting people and killing people and want to be violent. Like if you ask a modern leftist if like they think civil war is coming or if they want to kill somebody or kill a politician, they'll all agree and say yes. These people are psychopathic. These people are sociopaths. You're just in their way of revolution change. Do you think Jesus would be pumped about a state-run control by the Democrat left because it's very welcoming?
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to...
I'm always worshiping. I'm a Christian. Yeah, so your first thought was like, yeah, we should go storm this church. I'm starting to think that I don't believe you, Don Lemon. I'm starting to think like you're being disingenuous and you're lying to everyone around us. I'm starting to feel that way. I thought you were a down-to-earth news reporter on CNN that like speaks for the people. I see you on TikTok doing your live streams. You seem like a totally normal, down-to-earth guy, not a hardcore leftist grifter that's trying to get as much money as you possibly can and trying to continuously be relevant by doing stunts like this. You're actually a really good guy. Anyone remember when drunk Don Lemon got his ear pierced doing Mardi Gras? Yes. What if God was one of us? What if God was one of us? Just a straight. And this is like one of the weirdest things, okay? Is that there's this guy. This guy is absolutely psychotic, by the way. But he storms a church, and then he gets in this woman's face, and then gets in this dude's face in front of his woman. Now, don't do this, okay? These leftists are just like asking for violence at this point. Like if you get in another man's wife's face, things might happen. This guy was very docile about it. I can't believe he was so chill about it. I can't believe he didn't actually take him to the ground or do something. But don't do this to me.
You got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand?
Pay attention to this guy's voice, by the way.
For your Somali and Latino communities. I'm not going to comment. You have no comment, exactly. As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration.
Yeah, these people are all rich. I mean, look at these seats. These seats scream elegance. Look at this church. This is the elite. This is the elite they hate. Or is it just because they're perceived right-wingers because they're Christian and you hate them and you want to kill them? That's what I think you want to do.
Who are living lavish, comfortable lives.
You're living lavish, comfortable lives.
While children are dragged into concentration camps.
Children are dragged into concentration.
None of that is happening. God, can we open the asylums up already? The paranoia on some of these leftards is absolutely overwhelming.
You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali.
Those aren't lattes, those are frappuccinos. Know the difference. If you're gonna get up in somebody's face, know the difference. Those are frappuccinis.
Brothers and sisters, you come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words?
Jesus did wear a suit. He wore a FUBU suit, and everyone knows that.
No! Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me.
Do not touch me. I can only harass and get in people's faces and go nuts about it, even though I'm on a property that I can actually control. I'm in control here.
Touch me again and see what happens.
Sounds like daddy issues, clearly.
Hey, you can't. You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this?
Because they're not getting paid like you are, sir. They're not being paid like you. Jesus wears Prada, obviously. He was like one of them. He likes the smell of Coke as well. Yeah, he does.
Attack on humanity. Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you?
Just because you have a big beard and you have long hair doesn't mean you can get in my face and tell me what it means to be a Christian.
A very easy life while people are starving. Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into
I actually want leftists to continue to ramp up and be this nuts. I think it's a really good look for midterms coming up and this year. I think it's a really good look for you guys. I think you should double down on this guy. This guy is your star. Okay? He needs to get up in old ladies' faces, grandma's faces, women's faces. He needs to get up in all these people's faces. It's a really good look for you guys. You guys should keep pushing this. It makes you guys look totally sane and normal. People are going to jump to the ballot box and vote for the politician that is supported by this guy.
Concentration camps, you're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis.
Stand with the Somalis.
Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie, and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity?
Okay, is that a sex party? Okay, we don't want to join you in your weird sex capades, sir. Okay, I don't want to go to Whipple and meet you for a little backdoor or whatever. Okay, no thanks. Disgusting. Put your camera away. These people were absolutely nuts. They were taking over the church. They were getting in the pastor's faces while people were praying over the people while they were going nuts because they were like little demons running around. Absolutely insane. Don Lemon decides to go around and lecture people about what it means to be a Christian, of course, and get in people's faces, obviously picking out some of the strongest dudes, the most intimidating dudes in the world, getting in their faces. Don Lemon, after going and disrupting the entire church service, breaking the law and stuff like that, reflects on his time doing so because he's a little activist. He got a little activist bump. I would like a little activist bump. I'm here to beat up right-wingers and go nuts and destroy their church services. I'm Don Lemon. Put your beanie on the right way. Tim Pool would put that beanie on tighter. Okay, it's 2026. We don't wear beanies like that anymore. You look like a 90s thug. Okay, you're going to listen to NWA? Okay, here is Don Lemon reflecting on his time as his first social justice warrior experience.
You heard what some of the folks said in there, that this is, they shouldn't be there and, they shouldn't be uncomfortable and this is our house and whatever. Yes. That's what protesting is about, is to make people uncomfortable. You may not like it, but I mean, if they went into a church, any church, You heard.
Yeah. It's just about making people feel uncomfortable. All right, let's all go to Don Lemon's house. Let's all go to Don Lemon's house. Let's surround it. Let's break into his house, get in his face with a camera, and ask him questions about his own foreign policy and the way he views life. We're just making you uncomfortable. We're not being violent or threatening whatsoever. We're just at your house. God. They're psychotic, dude. They're psychotic. And of course, when you get in trouble in life, your first response isn't to apologize in 2026. You never want to apologize. You never want to say, I was in the wrong. I probably shouldn't have taken over that church service. I probably should have been a bigger man and not been a part of that because that was a bad idea. And I think it's a horrible idea to break into and disrupt religious church services and organizations and stuff like that. I should be fixating on the people in power. I should be fixating on the people that can change the policy. It's 2026. You should double down. And when you are in trouble, you need to run to your podcast friends. And I can't think of anything more than this witch, Jennifer Welch. She is absolutely psychotic and nuts. Okay, this is like the primo wino box wine mom of the left, and they love her. She says naughty words on her podcast. She says the quiet part out loud. She's not afraid of anything. She will literally fight for anyone. And she goes on, Don Lemon goes on her podcast because, you know, when you're in trouble, you run to the white liberal ladies. When you're in trouble, you run to the white liberal ladies for your safety because they will hug you and bring you into their bosom and you can drink from their wine. It's beautiful. Who's this lady? Jennifer Welch. She does like a big podcast. She's a very popular leftist podcaster. Okay, and he goes on to say this.
And there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think people who are...
Yeah, you're entitled. If you're doing a church service and you just want to have a religious organization and pray to God and sing worship songs, you're being entitled by not allowing us to take over. It's like, no, you guys are the one that's entitled. Okay, you are being entitled for going into a church and taking over an entire service and making it to be all about you. Okay, you're the entitled one. You are the entitled one. It's like they don't even know that. These entitled kids, these entitled left-hard little social justice warrior activists have no idea how entitled they are. You have no idea how lucky you are that you're not in prison yet. You're the entitled one. Lemon goes on podcast because no one watches his. Evil tiny hat lady. Yeah, 100%. Queen Franzia.
And there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think people who are, you know, in the religious groups like that, it's not the type of Christianity that I practice, but I think that they're entitled and that.
What? It's not the type of Christianity that I practice? What are you talking about? What are you freaking even talking about, dude? What? Based on what? What? That 2 seconds that you walked in, you went from the church doors to right in front of the preacher's face and put a camera in front of his face to have your little clickbait moment. You thought in that 2 seconds it took you to walk to the front that this isn't the same church that you grew up in? What are you talking about? God, their brains are broken. Their brains are fried. And the only thing that come out is something from the movie of Idiocracy. That's the only thing that comes out of their mouth.
And there's a certain degree of entitlement.
Holy persecution complexes, Don Lemon, 100%. The type of Christianity Don Lemon practices involved leather. Yeah, just dudes walking around in leather. At my church, everyone is forced to wear leather chaps.
And there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think people who are, you know, in the religious groups like that, it's not the type of Christianity that I practice, but I think that they're entitled, and that entitlement comes from a supremacy, a white supremacy. And they think that this country was built for them, that it is a Christian country, when actually we left England because we wanted religious freedom. It's religious.
Where do you get your history?
Freedom, but only if you're a Christian and only if you're a white male, pretty much. And so, yeah, I absolutely 100%, but it's an intimidation tactic. And, you know, I said, I don't understand how I've become the face of it when I was a journalist. I do understand that I'm the biggest name there.
Right. Don Lemon's in the hizzy, y'all. Don Lemon is in the hizzy. I'm the biggest name in this church, okay? When I walk around, red carpets are rolled out in front of me. Everyone's like, oh my God, is that Don Lemon? Oh my God, he's at my church. Oh my God, I'm in the right form of Christianity because Don Lemon's at my church. Let me get my leather straps on. Spread the other cheek, Don Lemon. I'm the biggest name there. Everyone's talking about me. He's now persecuted because he went into a church and everyone knew his name. It's from a white supremacy thing. But if you're mad at him for disrupting a religious service, it's because you're a white supremacist. What are you talking about? You're a psycho supremacist.
It's an intimidation tactic. And, I said, I don't understand how I've become the face of it when I was a journalist. I do understand that I'm the biggest name there. And I'm also, as I was on with my producers this morning, you and Kylie talk all the time. My producers were saying, I said, how did I become the face of this? And my producer said, Don, you're a gay black man in America.
What? Okay. You want to talk about entitlement? you want to talk about narcissistic behavior? Okay. What the heck, dude? Dude, this is like the definition. This is like the definition of like a narcissistic behavior. You do something wrong. You do something that's like, and you're not allowing to see the other. You don't have empathy for the other side whatsoever. In fact, you're a victim by you. He's a victim because he went to a church and was part of a disruption of a religious organization and then decided to film it and put his face out everywhere so everyone knew that he was a part of it. He's the victim there. Dude, that is like crazy behavior. That is like a behavior of like a husband that hits his wife and goes, hey, I'm the victim here, okay? I've been putting up with your crap all too long. You're like, oh my God, you're a psycho. You're an absolute. I love it. She's like, yeah. White people came to America to escape religious persecution. Have you ever heard of the Puritans? Jacobet says, actually, the Christians left Holland and then came to America. Have you ever heard of the Puritans? Yeah. God, it's just like, we're both watching the movie, but each one of us has a different opinion. And there's like the logical, slow down, realistic approach to the world. And then there's this other approach that's like, even if you're a psychopath, you're a victim. And so therefore you're allowed to act like a psychopath because you're a gay black man in America. You're persecuted. It looked like you went into a church and no one touched you, dude. You went into a church and you disrupted the entire service and you walked out completely safe. I think you are okay in America. I think that would be the litmus test. If you can walk into a religious service and no one hits you in the face immediately and people just let you walk out and walk in and walk out, I don't think you're persecuted, honey. Do you think me as a white, straight, cis male, if I went into some kind of mosque and I started doing the same thing, you think they didn't hit me? You think I wouldn't be persecuted?
Don, you're a gay black man in America. And there's a certain degree.
And there's a certain degree, he's a gay black man in America, and so therefore you can do it. And then after that podcast, he goes on a rant because Nicki Minaj comes out against Don Lemon and starts slamming him for what he did. And it's like beautiful to see Nicki Minaj. That's a huge voice speaking out against Don Lemon. And I think she said, what did she say? Don's King Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. Nicki. Nicki. Here's Don Lemon responding to Nicki Minaj.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged, homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't respond.
Oh yeah. Because it was homophobic. Now you're the victim. Yeah, here we go.
But let me just say this. Nicki Minaj Stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is you're out of your depth, by the way, and you are
because she's a black woman. Oh my God, you're so sexist. Nicki Minaj is a black straight woman. She's literally a target.
Homophobic, bigot. You don't care about African Americans. You're not an African American.
You don't care about African Americans? Why? Based on what? Not supporting you? If you don't support Don Lemon, you don't care about African Americans. What are you talking about?
From what I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules.
Isn't that wonderful how that works out? Now he's like, you need to be deported.
And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who is reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender.
Yeah, right. So you have a family member that's reportedly a sex offender, therefore what you say has no value. How do you know you're losing the argument? When you do stuff like that, Don Lemon.
There's your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile, and you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do? Nicki Minaj.
Uh-huh.
Get a life.
Oh. In your face, Nicki. Can you put up with that kind of stuff? He just roasted you. Oh my God. If Lemon tried that in a mosque, they'd kill him for his homosexuality. Yeah. Don Freud had a lemon fixation. No way. Isn't Lemon a sex offender? I have no idea. Oh yeah. Didn't he allegedly do something with an intern? I'm pretty sure there was like some allegations. Takes one to know one, huh, Don?
Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll, because you are nothing but a pick-me. And I choose not to pick you. And so should black people, and so should gay people. Shouldn't buy your music.
Yeah, Don Lemon speaks for all gays. This is the gays martyr. You should pick. You stop being a pick me, because if you pick me, I'm not going to pick you, and I'm not picking you because you didn't pick me, and therefore I'm not picking up your music next roundabout. Stop having a different opinion of me. That makes you anti-black. God. I can't imagine being a black conservative in America. I can't imagine like the kind of crap that gets thrown at your way from your own peoples is absolutely ridiculous. Here's Donald Trump responding to Don Lemon. Okay, Donald Trump putting up these pictures is absolutely hilarious in the press conference today. The way he does it is so funny to me. It has to be a meme.
So this is what the people are trying to protect, because all ICE wants to do is get them out of our country, bring them to prisons and jails and mental institutions from where they came. That's all they want to do. They're patriots, and they have to be abused by guys like Don Lemon, who's a, loser, lightweight. I saw him the way he walked in that church. It was terrible. I have such respect for that.
How did he walk? Was his legs a little wider than normal? How did he walk? Walk like a bucking bronco?
Terrible. I have such respect for that pastor. He was so calm. He was so nice. He was just accosted. What they did in that church was horrible yesterday.
Agree. Don sports well, conditioning lips. Don Lemon got rejected at a bar with an intern, stuck his hand down his own pants, and then, oh my God, is that true? Is that what actually happened? I think I remember that story. Ugh. Dude, Don Lemon is a freak, dude. Don Lemon is an absolute psychopathic freak. Okay, just to finish with this thought. Okay, when I first saw this video going around at Don Lemon and all these protesters that weren't paid at all, taking over an entire church, and this man screaming at people, just get a little voice, his voice again.
Starving, shame, out now. Living real life, nice lives with your lattes.
You living nice lives with your lattes. I was looking at his face and I was like, this guy looks familiar. This guy, I don't think even lives in Minnesota. I've seen him in other videos. And then it dawned on me. This guy is in hundreds of videos all around. I've seen him at DC protests. I've seen him at other city protests. And he goes over and he gets in people's faces and he acts absolutely like a psychopathic lunatic. And I've seen him in many videos. I've seen him everywhere. And here's him talking about, because people are talking about, Pam Bondi's talking about arresting him. Let's see him responding.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. The pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city. How can you be a fucking pastor and be a fucking ICE agent? Fuck. They want to come after me? Fuck. How can they live so comfortably while the fuck people from Somalia that are in this country legally, that have fucking citizenship, can't even go to their mosque and pray? How do they deserve any fucking?
Okay, he's a very eloquent speaker, but he has protests and videos everywhere. And so he is all over TikTok, he's all over X, and he posts all these videos and they're all the same. And not only that, he went to a mosque and decided to video himself going to a mosque. But here's him again. Okay, here's him. I think this is like, I can't tell. I think this is outside Minneapolis. But here's him doing exactly the same thing on the street.
How intoxicated are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Man, I've had a couple of drinks tonight, but that doesn't mean shit.
Okay, so he might be an alcoholic. We need to help him. We need to get him in a rehab immediately.
A scale of 1 to 10.
Man, I've had a couple of drinks tonight, but that doesn't mean shit. I'm an American patriot.
I'm an American patriot. I can have a couple drinks. Okay, when daddy needs his booze, daddy needs his freaking booze, okay? Who cares if I take a couple of drinks and I get in people's faces? They're white supremacists after all, okay?
Okay, God, put a freaking tinfoil hat, dude.
How intoxicated are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Man, I've had a couple of drinks tonight, but that doesn't mean shit. I'm an American patriot. I can have a couple of drinks.
I'm just curious. I'm
an American patriot. I can drink. God, it sounds like every Noem video I've ever seen in my life. His lawyer is going to love him running his mouth online 100%. This is his job. He walked like an Egyptian. Daddy got his rage juice.
What you guys getting paid? I'm just asking questions.
What you guys getting paid? What are you guys doing? Why are you guys
take off that Indiana Jones hat? His costume is not your cosplay.
just following people around?
I'm just following people around. So there's like videos of him everywhere.
At Missouri, Mauler 1.
Hey.
Super Shattered $9.99. I am on my church security team and we discussed this today. We are not allowed to initiate contact with them, but we can block their way into the church.
As you should.
Our local PD would delete them unlike MN.
Good. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Missouri Mauler. Dude, yeah, there's a lot of church services and guys in church that would, you can block. And if you guys form a line, you can all take steps forward as a group, and then you could push them out, essentially. Here's again, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my friend. Appreciate you, guy. Tell me if this voice doesn't sound familiar.
Nazis! Fuck you, you fucking traitor! How dare you have a rainbow fucking umbrella, you Nazi bitch!
Okay, this guy is everywhere. Okay, he is filming videos everywhere. And here's him like a month ago, getting in the face of soldiers walking around DC. Okay, this is not the same city. He's not a Minnesota citizen.
You ever fucking deployed? Oh, you've never deployed. So you're a staff sergeant never deployed who is now violating the Constitution.
Excuse us.
What's your deal? You don't believe in the Constitution? Is that what it is?
How'd you get paid for this?
I don't get paid at all. I'm a volunteer. I do this for love of the Republic, unlike you. You come from some fucking state far away to come fucking betray your oath to the Constitution. It's funny to you, motherfucker? You piece of fucking shit. Never did a damn thing for this country, but you wear that uniform.
Watch your mouth.
Prize. What's up, bitch? What's up?
Hi, how's it going?
What you got to say, motherfucker? What you got to say, you punk ass bitch?
You're harassing our
Fuck off. I'm a combat infantry veteran. These fuckers ain't done shit.
Yeah, and I served for 30 fucking years.
So what? So you don't believe in the Constitution either, asshole?
That's exactly why they're out.
You're so fucking stupid.
He's a wonderful human being and belongs in a wonderful home where he can be medicated as much as possible due to his alcoholism. I mean, this guy is everywhere. These paid protesters are one of the biggest problems in America. I mean, this guy isn't a protester, okay? He's an agitator. He goes to these places on purpose, uses very strong language, in order to get a rise out of you with the hopes that you attack him and then his lawyer team can sue you. It's very obvious. And obviously he has a little bit of a drinking problem. So what if I had a couple beers? I'm worried about you, dude. God. I'm sick of these paid protesters. Get them off the streets. They're terrible human beings. Yeah, be careful, Rob Maller, with being church security and stuff like that. I think it's important to have church security, though. You had Islamists send a woman to scope out your church about a month ago. Is that real? That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. This guy's nuts. He's absolutely insane. But I immediately recognized him immediately from that video. I was like, holy crap, I can't believe this guy is there. Obviously, if you arrest this guy, you're going to find out his network and you're going to find out who's paying him. And then you could, go to town on these people. We'll see what actually happens. We'll see what happens with everything that's going down. As I've said before, Pam Bondi and Harmit Dalen are looking into it. After the church service went to town, they immediately ran to every right-wing podcaster and said that they're going to do everything they can to look into this situation. Do you believe literally 3 different podcasts Harmit Dalen was on the day after the church taking over the church. 3 different shows. And they're all saying the same thing. We're looking into it. We're going to do everything that we can. But the AG Ellison is blocking everything that we do. Here's Pam Bondi on Fox News afterwards.
Whether it's a public official, whether it's a law enforcement officer, no one is above the law.
Unless you're a left-winger, we'll look into it.
In this state or in this country. And people will be held accountable. This state is a mess right now. We've seen the chaos. And it's constant. And our men and women in law enforcement deserve to be safe. And that's what we're going to do in Minnesota.
God, I feel like every time they talk, it's just like some kind of campaign speech. It's just, no one is above the law. Okay, prove it. Actions speak louder than words. Hello. Actions speak louder than words. They came into your church with hijabs and walked around the perimeter and left after taking some photos. Oh, that is creepy, dude. Jacobet says Plan Act was used after the plan targeted churches as imitation techniques. The Klan Act. I hope something happens. We'll see what actually happens. I'm not holding my breath whatsoever when it comes to this sort of thing. I think they'll fixate on Greenland for a while, which, we'll see what happens with Greenland. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. If you don't mind dropping a like on this video, I'd greatly freaking appreciate it. I had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. I hope you had fun as well. Mallard, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. It means a lot to me. Supporting this show with your hard-earned money. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. I'm going to go eat some dinner.